Once upon a time, there was a brave tradesman who set out on a long journey with his caravan of goods. They traveled through forests and mountains, across rivers and valleys, until they reached the edge of a scorching hot sand desert. Now, this desert was no ordinary desert. During the day, the sun would heat up the sand until it was as hot as charcoal. Not even the strong bullocks or the sturdy camels could walk on it. The caravan leader was determined to cross this treacherous desert and sell his goods in the neighboring country. He hired a desert guide, who could read the stars and lead them through the desert at night, when the sand was cooler. They set out on their dangerous journey, but after a couple of nights, something unexpected happened. The desert guide had eaten too much for his dinner and dozed off to sleep. The bullocks, who couldn't read the stars like the guide, started to wander in circles. When morning came, the caravan found themselves back where they had started. The people were upset and scared. They had no water left and feared they would die of thirst. They even blamed the caravan leader and the guide for their misfortune. But the tradesman didn't lose hope. He knew that if he gave up, everyone would perish. He thought long and hard about a plan to save them all. Then he noticed a small clump of grass growing in the desert. Without water, no plant could live in this desert, he thought. He called over his most energetic fellow travelers and asked them to dig up the ground on that spot. They dug and dug, until they hit a large stone. The people started to lose hope again, but the tradesman urged them to keep going. He got down into the hole, put his ear to the stone, and heard the sound of flowing water. He called over a young boy and gave him a heavy hammer. "If we give up, we will all perish," he said. "So strike the rock with all your might." The boy lifted the hammer over his head and struck the rock with all his might. To everyone's amazement, the rock split in two, and a mighty flow of water gushed out from under it. The people were overjoyed. They drank and bathed and washed their animals and cooked their food and ate. Before they left, they raised a high banner so that other travelers could see it from afar and come to the new spring in the middle of the hot sand desert. Then they continued on safely to the end of their journey, with their hearts full of gratitude and their spirits lifted by the courage and determination of the tradesman. Moral of the story. The story highlights the importance of not giving up and the power of determination. When faced with a seemingly impossible situation, the tradesman did not lose hope and instead thought of a creative solution to save himself and his fellow travelers. He didn't let the initial setback discourage him, and he continued to persevere until he found a way out of the crisis. The moral of the story is to never give up, even when the situation seems hopeless, and to always look for creative solutions to overcome challenges. Thanks for watching my video. If you like this, then subscribe my channel for more story.